Hi, this is Lisa Futch with CreativeCanines.blogspot.com, coming to you today with a Copic lesson on color blending. We're going to use a feather blending technique, combining two different colors on this apple. The apple stamp is from the Flourishes Apple My Eye, and we're going to be using the following colors: R29, R27, R24, R22, and R20 for the reds, followed by YG00, YG01 for our green color. I'm going to add some green highlights in this apple. I'm going to start with my darkest color, which is my R29, and I'm going to follow the same rules that I do for every red I use to help stem the bleeding. Red will bleed a lot on your paper. I'm going to lay down my color first. I'm going to use a modified feather stroke for these colors, which lays down a little bit less color. If I'm experiencing a lot of problems with bleeding, and that, it depends here for me and what time of year it is. If we're in our monsoons and it's a little bit muggier, humid out, I will experience more bleeding in my color. But right now it's pretty dry here, and so I tend to experience less color bleeding. Going with my R27. Just going to blend into that. Another trick that I can use, I'm going on to the R24, is to color just inside of the image line, leaving a little bit more area so if the marker does bleed, it doesn't bleed outside your image. Now, as I'm working, I'm kind of deciding where I'm going to leave my area to add my green, and I think I'm going to leave it about right here. Now, one of the feather blending is a really difficult trick and technique to master, going with my R22. It's easier to blend two colors that end with the same number. So for example, and also the lighter color the better, honestly. So that's why I picked up the R. I'm adding in the R20, which I will in a second. And with the YG00. Okay. I'm going to go in with my R20 now, and I'm just going to add a feather stroke in here. I'm going to blend that in there a little bit too. What I mean by a feather stroke is it's heavier on the end of the stroke and lighter on the inside of the stroke. Going with my YG00. I'm doing the same thing. Okay. Back in with my R20. I'm blending into that again. It takes a while, but you will start to see the blending happen. And I'm liking it. I'm liking it. After this is starting to get done, I might add in a little YG01 in the center to darken it up just a little bit because I want my green to be a little darker, but I can't really blend that YG01 in very well with my R20. Add my R20 in again. And I'm working around the center, reserving that green color. I'm almost happy with the result. I'm almost there. My R20 one more time. And now what happened is because this R20 is lighter than my other reds, I'm going to have to go back through and redarken some of the work I've already done. It's okay, I can do that. Go back in with my R29 and I'm going to redarken areas I want to be darker. Which with these flourishes stamps makes life really easy because the flourishes stamps offer these nice hatch marks. And I'm going to skip from R29 to R24 just to darken this in a little bit. Go with my R22. I'm going to follow by my R20. Help blend that in. Followed a little bit on my YG00, blending in from the middle outward. There we go. We have feather blending. And you might have to work it over and over again, and that's okay. It's just going to take a while. But thank you for tuning in to the lesson on feather blending. Hope you enjoyed it.